So today let's talk a little bit about willpower. So for starters, I just got these new compression gloves like an hour ago, and they got these like grippy lines, and they're so snug, they're so tight. If you guys have watched my videos for a while, then you know I like the compression gloves mainly for my right hand, but you know, looks stylish with two. Very interesting, although the little flaps on the Velcro things on the back here, I don't even know why they're exactly here, but they're kind of annoying. I might just snip them off. Um, anyway, that's beside the point. Housekeeping. Guys, check out my fantasy novel or any of my other books that you can find links to down in the description down below, and you can always request a video topic or anything like that through my email, which you can find at the end of this video and down there. So, you know, in my work, I work in sales, right? So I have to basically convince or get people to buy into certain ideas and then, to go home happy with the products that they get, right? And um one of the things is called upselling, where you basically, you add things on to what they are already going to buy. So what are you doing? You are convincing someone of, to think along the same lines as you. And this can really go with, if you're writing a persuasive paper, if you're having an argument with someone and you're trying to turn them to your side of things. Everyone's been in a political argument at least once, or if you've ever argued with somebody that doesn't believe the moon landing is true or whatever. Of course, the moon landing didn't happen. Just look outside. Tis. Anyway, the main idea is, and it's universal because if you work with magic, then you understand that magic is changing reality in accordance with will. It is not necessarily just the spells and rituals that you set aside time for and work with certain spirits here, and you do the whole pomp and circumstance with all your ritual tools and whatnot. It's not always just that, but changing reality in accordance with will. So in and everyday life, if you are trying to change a situation, your willpower has to overpower that of the circumstances that you are trying to change or the person whose ideas you are trying to change. If you are trying to banish somebody, your willpower to get them to leave better be stronger than their willpower to stay. If you are wanting someone to buy into the same idea as you, your willpower should overpower theirs when it comes to wanting to stick to the same opinion. Your energy must be stronger. So when I'm talking willpower, you can think about it as your emotional energy, your for lack of a better term, stubbornness or like centeredness in your ideas and what you want, and the drive to have them happen. You got to really, really want something. Like this morning, I woke up about an hour and 15 minutes before my alarm, and a coworker of mine asked for a favor. So I already knew that I was risking making myself late, and I hate being late to things. So it was my idea to go to go to her place, help her out, and then come back as fast as possible. And what are the obstacles in my way? Cars, traffic, and lights. And I made the decision to get there as fast as possible, and every single light, save the first one that I had to go through, every single one of them was green. You could call that coincidence if you like, and go ahead if you want, but the idea is I did not want a single obstacle in my way. And when I was weaving in between some cars sometimes, which I don't normally do, honestly, it worked out, and every single light I came to was green. And she wanted to go somewhere right before the place opened, and I got her there right before it opened. I think it was like 2 or 3 minutes to spare. So my idea was to have that happen, and I wasn't going to accept anything less, and it worked out. Now, did I wake up, pause, and do a ritual for this? No, but I just had that idea held in my head that I was going to get this done. It was going to be fast, and that was it. And this kind of can lend itself to that magical mindset where it's not just everything that you do when you're in your temple or ritual space, but it's the idea that you can change everything around you with the way that you think and your willpower. And it's fueled by your desires to do those things and your beliefs in being able to do those things. So you can build this kind of by starting with very small things. Find where you lack your willpower, and that can be really tied to fears and maybe even some habits where you might avoid things or places where you might self-sabotage. Work on those things so everything that you do, you mean to do. You don't have too many things that, or anything, hopefully, that happens to you rather than because of you. So examine everything in your life and find what is not exactly in your control, let's say, and whether it be your thoughts or your habits or your choices or any of those things, and try to get those under control. Start with one thing at a time. Okay, I'm going to tackle this. I'm going to tackle that. I'm going to tackle my laziness. I'm going to quit smoking, or I'm going to eat better. Or every time that I put something off, every time I want to put something off, I'm going to do it right then. Every time that somebody talks down to me, I usually cower and hide, but now I'm going to start putting my foot down. Building your willpower means getting what you want out of life, and you got to accept that that takes work and that it's something you want to have happen. Not just say that you want it, but do you want it? Because it also comes with the responsibility of dealing with what happens, because if you are responsible for everything that happens, you are responsible for the things that go right and the things that go wrong. Like this morning, luckily nothing happened that was, quote, wrong. So that worked out really, really good. Now you can work with some spirits for willpower. One of the ones in the Necronomicon, the Simon Necronomicon spellbook, his name is Mala, Malah, does provide courage, which you can kind of translate down to willpower. I can't exactly remember his number, but I can visualize his sigil like it's several of the other ones that I most commonly worked with, him being one of them. So if you have the Necronomicon spellbook and you want to kind of build your willpower and your courage to tackle the responsibility of life and therefore build your willpower, I do suggest working with him. If you want to learn how to use the spellbook, you can check out my Getting Started with the Necronomicon video or my Using the Spellbook video, which is my most watched, albeit the fact that I was super freaking sick when I did it. Hysterical. Anyway, that's what started my channel when I was sick. Anyway, so let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. You can always email me to suggest other video topics, check out any of my other videos, and check out my books. Good hunting. Thanks for watching my video. So if you want to check out my playlists, I have, among others, the Simon Necronomicon, the Tree of Life, General Magic, Tulpamancy, a playlist on my books, the elements, stones, the theories that govern magic, and the gods and goddesses of Mesopotamia. If you want to check out my books on Amazon, I have Creating Consciousness, Magical Mechanics, Magical Theater, Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Movement, which is an update and expansion upon Handy Sigil Magic, Magical Mastery, which is a combination masterwork of Magical Theater and Magical Mechanics, and The Guide to the Spheres and Beyond. You can also find me on Facebook at Magickology YT. You can email me at priestofthenecro@gmail.com, and you can even check out my Instagram, which is Magickology. And good hunting.